Hello, my dears, and welcome to Brother Earth Healing. It's so nice to have you. Today we are going to be reading for water signs and reading into water energies and also just the emotional space for all of you and for the collective. And yeah, just channeling some messages today. And this will be sort of like an end of the month review as well for August 2020. It's been a crazy month, and yeah, I think this is going to be really good. I've already gotten quite a bit coming through. So just to knock a couple things out of the way, I am an intuitive healer and do a lot of energy work, as well as been trained formally as a Buddhist monk in a Zen tradition, as well as trained as a medium. So I do a lot of work in that field, and all kinds of intuitive work. I am available for private readings and private sessions, doing all kinds of things. So if you feel called and resonant, then feel free to reach out to me. My email and other information is in the description, as well as my Instagram, which is also just Brother Earth Healing. And so to get that out of the way, thank you for joining me. I'm gonna offer a little bit of energy as we settle in. Just feel free to come back to your breath, say a couple prayers, and then we will get started. So I'll invite you to just return to yourself. Begin to return to the breath. And feel free to close your eyes and just relax for a moment. We're going to create a nice, easy container for us to work with today. And we'll ask that our mind and thoughts just begin to ease up a little bit, soften a little bit, allowing whatever is coming up in the mental space to be there, but to also soften and settle. Nice big breaths. Just beginning to rest in the breath. And we'll also ask that whatever's going on in our heart space and our emotional bodies, whatever might be coming up, just allowing it all to be there. And also, with a nice big breath, begin to soften and ease. Creating space for ourselves and our mind and our heart. We'll lastly invite ourselves to open up to receive what we need to receive today. And allow these messages for healing to come through for us clearly. Good. I'd like to offer big thanks and gratitude. Thank you to all of our ancestors from our blood heritage as well as from our spiritual heritage, whatever we're connected with, offering big thanks and gratitude for paving the path, for shining your light, for guiding us, for protecting us, for offering so much love and teaching. Could not do it without you. Thank you so much. Please guide me today in offering messages of love and healing and guidance for everyone tuning in and for myself. I open myself to you. Thank you so much. Okay, good. That feels really good. I'm feeling like someone wants to pop out here. So this is my oracle deck, which I normally don't pull until the end of readings. I definitely felt called to pull this just now. It's right off the top after having shuffled. High Priest, intend and create. So having intention, right? Yeah, I feel like we're all many of us who are tuning in right now are very ripe for this. Very ripe to really... So what I'm getting is what is coming up naturally for you, entering your mental space, that space of visions, right? That visionary space where you see what you want, you know, you feel what you want, you really feel into that and look into that, right? For me, that comes up a lot, like first starting with like a scene in nature, like normally like a forest or something like that. When I have these kind of little things of like, you know, what I see for myself in the future, or where I'd like us to be as a collective, right? Seeing us little, you know, in little villages and forests, and you know, returning to maybe a more simple way of living. And so whatever that is for you, really kind of spending more time, investing more time in what that intention and vision is, right? And then coming out, and allowing that to be manifested outwards in your actions in small steps, right? Definitely, I'm feeling like, you know, pacing ourselves and taking small steps is definitely the move. And that's beautiful, and that's totally cool. Yeah, I'm feeling like the message is very clear, like we're very capable of doing this right now. And it's important that we do this now as well. Great, so there's the second one that wants to pop out here. Okay. Recognizing fears as well as our desires, okay. Yeah, I feel like this is a lot to do with really building up our strength, and becoming peaceful and having a sense of equanimity with that which we fear, as well as that which we like, you know, have strong craving and desire for. And allowing a balance to occur where we're not, you know, overindulging, or we're not pulling away so much that, you know, crippling ourselves in the fear. Right, but really striving for that balance in our lives to be able to, yeah, really create from that strong intention again, right? I'm just hearing you can do it. So I'm certainly feeling some doubts and fears arising. And something that came up before, while I was sitting, before starting this, was that, yeah, even just recognizing that we don't know for sure, you know, even just the recognition of that we might be unclear during this crazy time, you know, is a really big step. And that's really important that we come into that honest awareness, right? Of, you know, maybe we need some help from, you know, from friends and mentors and our teachers, to help us navigate what's going on, and to allow the wisdom that's arising in each of us that is clear, you know, in those moments of clarity, to kind of, you know, add to the puzzle, right? Just kind of allowing all of our puzzle pieces to kind of come together, and really like having those important and deeper conversations, I feel is very important. And like, I just feel like this is not the time for us to be trying to figure everything out on our own. So I'm very curious as to what's going to come out in this reading. Feeling drawn to this deck right now. Yeah, okay, great. So let's look into this situation and see if there's some advice that wants to come out. I have cards flying out already. Here we go. Strength just flew out. Having the strength to make hard decisions leads to some kind of victory for ourselves, okay? Right? I'm feeling like this is a very, yeah, I'm seeing this, so the chili, right? The cayenne is represented in this card, in this deck, Herbal Tarot. I'm feeling like there's a very, yeah, like hot and heavy, you know, not in like a sexual way, but like a very like hot and, you know, very, you know, big decisions, right? And I was picking that up in the other, in yesterday's reading for our air signs, you know, and it's very clear, you know, this is there's really beautiful energy coming from this card right now. What's coming through right now in this card is Ace of Swords, chamomile. It feels so homey and like so Mm. Yeah, it just feels so right. I feel like it's one of those situations where like that decision is made, right? We finally have the strength to be like, okay, you know, whatever you feel, you know, is yeah, however you are feeling resonant with this, just take it that way. But whenever that strength kicks in, whatever that means for you, whatever situation that is for you, and finally it's just this like, okay, you know, do it, let's do it, you know. I'm feeling like this Ace of Swords is just so apparent. Like you just, it's this huge, yeah, beautiful victory. You know, beautiful blessing. Um, that feels so good. Yeah, that feels really good. I'm feeling a lot of fear. I'm feeling a lot of fear attached to this situation. Yeah, I almost feel like I'm really reading for myself right now, honestly. I mean, I am a Scorpio. I do have a lot of water in my chart also. Let's see, is there anything else that wants to come out to offer us some more clarity about what the situation could be? And some more guidance that might help to support us? Yeah, certainly community and asking for support and help from people who I'm feeling, yeah, feel like peers. I'm feeling like also like people that feel like peers in the what's it called, like in the field you not necessarily work in, like for to sustain yourself for money, could be, but like yeah, just what I'm feeling is actually like intuitive friends, right? Especially if you do intuitive work and things like that, or healing work, like really asking for guidance and support from people that you really trust, and also maybe who really know you. I'm feeling like certainly like Three of Cups, right? Like just deep friendship, deep that, yeah, a deep connection, right? And I'm also feeling for some, there's some kind of recognition of like maybe there's been some success, there's been something to celebrate for sure, and I feel like maybe that hasn't been there's something that hasn't been acknowledged, or maybe you haven't felt acknowledged about something that, you know, you feel should be celebrated, and I feel that happening with friends and with people who you are close with. I'm getting the sense as well that there's a Four of Pentacles that actually kind of popped out in reverse. So what I'm kind of feeling too with that is that, you know, asking for that guidance and support as well from friends and people you trust, to help to you know, offer guidance with for you and your situation, will help you feel less like you're doing it on your own, and, you know, kind of like putting yourself out in the cold, right? Because when there are people around us that are happy and willing to help, and we still kind of, you know, yeah, it's like shutting ourselves out, right? So let's try to avoid that. I just feel like the message is like, you know, if you are feeling that way, or if you're feeling a little bit lost, like, don't feel like you have to do it all on your own. That's not the point of what's going on, you know? That's not what's helpful right now. Yeah. And for some, I feel like there's a real sense of like, you know, is this the right thing for me, or is this what I really want? And I feel like after having some experiences of like not getting what you want, or like thinking it was what you wanted, things like that, could be like work or something like that, or personal. I feel like finally something is actually coming, you know, that you maybe are having a hard time like looking at in its fullness. There's an opportunity or something. You're having a hard time, yeah, truly acknowledging for what it is. And I see it as being very valuable and precious, and very, very aligned with you and what you want, and very much there to help and support you. It could be a relationship, a romantic, like a partnership, or some kind of opportunity in your growth, in your spiritual growth. Somebody trying to offer you some support in your growth, or it could be work or finance related. However it resonates for you. I'm feeling like there's an aspect of this, like I'm seeing like there's a little interesting. Yeah, what I'm feeling is like there's an aspect of this opportunity, this thing being offered, that kind of makes you feel a little bit like, maybe gives you some reason to doubt, or maybe the appearance or something like that. You're kind of like, oh wow, well it seems really good, maybe even too good to be true, but there's one thing, or maybe a couple things, it's like, I'm not sure, I'm not sure. Yeah, and so there's this, and so let's ask, what is the advice here? What is the, okay, yeah, what is, how can we go, yeah, what is the advice with what we're going through in this situation? Okay. I looked at the bottom of the deck, interestingly enough. Huh. Yeah, let's just see what comes out here. Some advice for the situation, some clarity. So we have the Eight of Swords. Kind of bound and blinded, huh? Kind of bound and blinded. So instead of giving us a direct answer and guidance, I think there's an invitation for us to come out of this blind and bounded place that we are catching ourselves in, or feeling ourselves in. Okay. And how can we do that? How can we do that? What is the lesson here? What is the lesson here? Oh, I've had quite a few cards come out. I keep seeing the Ten of Pentacles. I keep seeing it pop, like creep in, okay? Okay. Okay, first of all, Seven of Wands reversed. Okay, how can we navigate through the situation? Okay. Yeah, I mean, pretty clear, right? Maybe not. It feels like there's a lot in the mental space, actually, that's very much attacking or clawing at you. What is this connected with? Oh, I see. Like to push you out of your comfort zone. Okay. Yeah. And I just feel like there's an incredible amount of resistance to that. for some. And for others, I feel like they do see it more clearly, that what is happening is, yeah, like pushing you away from what you feel is comfortable and safe, right? Right? This dude's at the end of the hill, and there's looking like there's only one way. Very clearly, there's only one way. And so instead of being the one who, instead of, you know, embodying the fighter, right? Who's kind of fighting this inevitable situation, this inevitable, clearly, a very clearly inevitable situation. Yeah, it's like, it's almost like just be the fool, you know, because what other choice is there? Like, either you're going to be fearful and, you know, be going crazy over things that you can't control, or you can kind of embody this more of a fool energy, you know, and really just take that leap with a little bit more confidence, and honestly a sense of like, you know what, whatever, like let spirit just do whatever, like, you know, I'll do whatever you want, just I know what's going on, I feel this is not just, you know, poor decision making or being irrational, which maybe in some cases it might certainly feel like, but I feel that this is what's going on, and there's an element of trust that needs to be had, okay, to kind of get out of this place of, again, the bondage and the, you know, blind and bound, right? Bound and blinded, okay? So this is what we're kind of working with, getting out of this place. I feel like there's an element of allowing yourself to let go of the need to control, letting go of the need to, like, you know, this is a huge, huge lesson in faith and trust. I'm feeling is like, truly, like, maybe we're very used to being in control and having that stability. And I don't feel like it's taking away any sense of stability, frankly. I think it's more the illusion that we have some kind of control over, you know, more control than we think we do, right? Because there are so many innumerable conditions that allow us to, you know, entertain this idea that we have all this control and stable and, you know, in the external world, And I think that there's this real call to allow yourself to be the emperor, right? To be the overseer, the caretaker of your internal world, and just really, honestly, just kind of allow what's going on outside to just be, you know, and to really acknowledge that we do not have control of what's going on, especially in these times. It's so obvious, you know. It's really, truly offering us an opportunity to see that. And so it's like, well, if I don't have any control over the outside world, and I'm seeing that more and more in my life, the only other place, and it's not about being a control freak or that you need to control something. It's an invitation to, yeah, just gather that stability internally, really, right? Yeah, in a sense of like being safe here, being stable here, being happy and held right here. And that's a great lesson. Okay, so those are actually on the two ends. There's two more cards sandwiched in between those two cards. Okay. I feel like once this is overcome, once this kind of fear and really grasping onto like, oh man, I can't go over the edge, I can't do that, you know, that's, no, like I refuse to do that, even though spirit is really pushing me, right? As soon as we get out of that energy and really just honestly and openly feel into what's going on and entertain the idea of like, what if I just jumped? You know, what if I just did it? You know, I feel like even just saying that, it's like, wow, a lot of freedom in that, you know? And it's like, yeah. I feel like there's an element of readiness that is so there, but it's very covered up by the fear, and by the, yeah, by the fear, right? But I feel like for many, the situation is pretty intense, right? Or, just it's a lot, right? And so it's very natural to have this kind of reaction of like, oh, no, I don't think I can do that. So, yeah, coming out of that, it feels really good. It feels very smooth. Yeah, like really, truly, like, have a little bit more faith. It'll be smooth sailing. Okay. Followed by the Ace of Wands, right? A lot of newness. It feels very, like, as I'm seeing the hand on the wand, what I'm picking up on is a sense of like, tight, right? A firm grip, something that isn't fleeting. And, this is, yeah, this talks definitely a lot about, passion and vigor towards something, a project or something, whatever is resonant with you, just take it as it comes. And I feel also the hand is like coming out of the sky, right? I feel like I'm kind of being guided to say that, it's not only you that is taking this firm grasp of this, whatever this is, right? And yeah, and really having, yeah, we've already had Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands come out, like, this is pretty clear, like, things are going to be pretty good. Things are going to be good, be all right at the very least, But yeah, I really do feel like there's a lot of guidance. It's very guided, whatever situation this is, even if it feels crazy and hard. But I really do feel like there's, yeah, just finding some way and maybe even asking like, can you please help me? Like, help me find this faith and trust in me when I see all these signs, yeah, when I have this recognition that, it's not just my mind pushing me up against a wall, up, over the cliff. It's spirit, it's really, it's spirit that's doing all of this and creating all of this for me, right? For me to overcome whatever it is in my mind that needs to be overcome, that's keeping me bound and blinded, right? Very clear, very, very clear. I had two other cards come out, which just feel really beautiful. I've had Four of Cups come out twice in both readings, as a matter of fact, yesterday's and today's. This time it's coming up in the reverse, which is cool. I definitely feel like there's much more clarity in this reverse from the card in reverse here. In terms of, yeah, like, okay, like, I'll take it. I'll take that cup. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's almost like spirit's like rejoicing. Like, I feel like your guides are rejoicing. It's like, oh my God, finally, they just did it. They finally took what we've been trying to give them, what we've been working hard to give them, right? And then the, High Priestess comes out. Oops, sorry. And then the High Priestess comes out, okay? Beautiful. Yeah, let me see what wants to come through with High Priestess. Yeah, it just feels very, very regal, but very humble. Very pure and kind energy coming through. Truly the seer. Okay, the seer. And this might be something that you're embodying and a part of your, part of yourself, a deep part of yourself, very intuitive, that is being embodied and like expressed in a much more full, dynamic way, like dynamic kind of meaning, like being expressed, this part of yourself, in all of the facets of your life, not just one where, you do one thing, you do one thing when you're on your own or with a certain group of friends, but truly this this energy of this purity and kindness, that place in you really just wants to be expressed in all the facets of your life, right? And in different ways. It doesn't have to be the same way, with this group as it is when you're by yourself, or with these friends, you know what I mean, or with your family. This divinity within you, right? This true divinity and just this wisdom and clarity and kindness, right? And this purity in you, right? Just allowing that to just flood your life, like flooding your life with that which is within you, And I feel like somehow this element of trust in whatever situation this is for you is a really big part of unlocking or somehow loosening some kind of grip or cord that has kind of almost kept this part of you a little bound as well, right? Okay. Yeah, exactly. I'm feeling these are the same. This is the same people. This is like, before and after, right? Before and after. And it's, holy moly, is that a difference, right? Yeah. And again, and also what I'm being called is like, here, if this is where you are now, or where you have been this past month in August, coming out of that towards the end of the month, hopefully, that castle that's behind her, right? She's kind of put herself outside the castle and done all this crazy stuff and gotten herself all worked up, whatever. That castle is there and it's yours. It's not gone anywhere. That place in you, that you, that you inside, is not gone anywhere. Very much still there. It's just more about kind of coming home to it. And yeah, there's some fearfulness in there. There's a sense of like, oh, but I don't wanna make that journey, or I don't want to I can't do that, maybe, yeah, some of that fear again and doubt. Yeah, just a really big theme also of reclaiming that, like it's there for you. Just do it, And in another way, in the physical realm, it's very much an invitation to be like, just, claim what you want in your life. Just go and take it. This is a really, really good time for whoever's tuning in and resonating. Very, very good time for you to go and do that with a lot of support right now. And whenever you're called to this reading and seeing it and resonating with it, even if it's a year from now. It's crazy. I wonder what August 2021 is going to be like. Whew. Anyway, yeah, this is really beautiful. I really love this, and I'm actually getting a lot from this myself. I'd really like to sit with this. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this here for now. I think we covered a lot. I'm gonna see if anyone else wants to come out from the Oracle deck. We'll see really quick. Anyone want to pop out and say hi? Okay, you want to pop out and say hi. Who is this? Okay, here we go. I'm growing within our current situation. Grow within your current situation. Yeah, I think for many that are having a serious sense of being bound and blinded. Yeah, there's this beautiful energy of really wanting to help to remind you that what is being experienced now is very much a part of your growth and very much essential, a very key component to your growth and what is going to be coming in for you in your life, coming up next very soon, very, very soon is what I feel. Certainly a guide. It was very, yeah, I feel certainly a guide. Yeah, I'm actually feeling very masculine. Saying you have the tools. Yeah, very clearly you have the tools. You have the tools. You know exactly. And you also know exactly. You know not only that you have the tools, but you know how to navigate this. Yeah. So if whoever's resonating with that, for sure, that's awesome. And if you would like more support with that, like I have been doing a lot of work with helping people connect with their guides and things like that, and ancestors more recently, and it's been amazing. With a lot of the folks I've worked with, it's been really great. So feel free to reach out if you're interested in doing any of that work with me. Yeah, beautiful. I'm gonna leave it there. So yeah, again, thank you so much for joining me. This is such a blessing. It's I just absolutely love offering this to you all, to the world, to the broader community. Yeah, to all of you beautiful, beautiful brothers and sisters out there, thank you so much. I feel so blessed to be able to do this for everyone, and yeah, again, all my services and everything I offer is on a sliding scale, and I'm also definitely open to trades and things like that, and also other kinds of collaboration with different projects. So please feel free to reach out if you resonate with me at all and just want to say hi or be friends or whatever. And just, yeah, absolutely open. Feel free, again, check me out on Instagram. And if you do find some value here, if you could support me in subscribing to our little channel here and liking the videos. And yeah, sharing them around for others to also check out and maybe get something good out of. Be super, super appreciated. But for now, I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of this month, and I will be coming with more videos in September and some other fun stuff, I think, by the end of this week on YouTube. Many, many blessings to you. Until next time.